good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome back to High Top Sports. It's Champ's Corners, ladies and gentlemen. The Champ has some things to say about Week 1 Florida versus LIU. I won't be surprised if he throws some jabs in there against Miami and FSU. He didn't like my takes from yesterday. I'm sure him and I will be boxing it up in Champ's Corner like we do. And for the first time in 2025, we got clips. We got breakdowns from our guy Stephen Harris, boys and girls. I'm telling you, I'm fired up. Lots to talk about. A lot of people have had a couple of days to digest what they've seen, what they feel. We saw a lot of football this weekend, a lot of great football. I know TCU and North Carolina are getting it down to boogie right now. Want to watch that game after this, but we're here today hanging out with, of course, the man, the myth, the champ, Stephen Harris, baby. Big dog.
Go Gators, baby. Go Gators, man.
Go Gators, my man. Yeah. Welcome. Good to see it. Ladies and gentlemen, this show is brought to you by, of course, Prize Picks. Prize Picks will be sponsoring the show throughout the entire football season, so be sure to go show them some love. We'll talk about them later on the show, give you my picks for this week. Mr. Stephen Harris is an absolute dog when it comes to good picks. Maybe we'll give a little Harris special. But, my man, how we feeling? Great seeing you this weekend, per usual.
Yeah, no, it's great to see you, man. Great to see all the fans, all the High Top fans, Gator fans. A lot of love, man. Gainesville was lit. Wish I could have been there earlier, but you know my kids are starting their football season, Little League. Daddy got to show up, but I will be in Gainesville at a lot of these games for sure.
Yeah, kids ruin everything. That's why I try to tell people to listen. Well, man, we had our show on Sunday. We had our call-in show on Saturday. A lot of people called in. The comment section's been rowdy as well. And I think after seeing FSU and Miami, again, going up against two stellar opponents, if you will. Stellar, use that word lightly, but not an LIU, okay? And looked good. Looked as sharper than I think we expected, especially FSU. Miami was what I think was advertised. I mean, you got to think that team was a pretty sound football team last year. I think Mario has done a great job of building up the trenches. We knew that. That wasn't a surprise. I wasn't surprised with seeing that. Some areas of concern I think still showed, but we're not here to talk about those guys. We're here to talk about us. So I'm going to pass the floor to you, man. I think I've said a lot of things. I can't wait to get your perspective, your thoughts. I have opinions that I want to ask you, but I'll let you kind of tee it off, and then we'll take it from there, big guy.
Yeah, overall, man, I thought it was a great game. It was a clean game for us, being the first game of the season. You want to minimize mistakes, minimize penalties, and I believe we did that thoroughly. So shout out to those guys for that. And like I said, we wanted to come out and dominate. I knew we would rush the ball and we would do it great. Like I said before, I looked at some of the Sharks film and just the way they play against a caliber team as the Gators is not going to be great for them. But they did switch it up a little bit in the beginning. I think Billy made note of that on some of the looks they were given. A lot of the movement by the linebackers and defensive line was different. And so you just got to attack the point and just kind of figure out what they were doing. But none of it, I mean, they had some wrinkles, but none of it really threw us off track. We just had to adjust to it and keep it going. But I like what we showed. I told people that it was going to be vanilla offense coming out. You know what I mean? We don't have to give our whole hand away. It's LIU. No shots at them, but they're not a superior opponent. And so there's no need for us to go out there and go 5 wide every play and just utilize all our weapons and stuff like that. And it was still some things we needed to work on as well, which would give you the time to do that with this game instead of going out there and just trying to outsmart them every play. We want to line up. We want you to know what's coming, and we want to see how we execute that. And I think we did a good job of doing that. I wouldn't say great job because we did have some mishaps, but you're going to get that with any game. You're going to turn the film on in any game. If you're a great coach, you're going to find something that you can, I won't even call it nitpick, but something that you can show, hey, you could have did this better. And if we're playing football, the other side is going to win some battles. No one is going to line up every play and dominate the other guy in front of them to the cleanest of their ability. There's going to be some wrinkles. And I think it gave us some good footage to coach up on. Wasn't a lot, but definitely some stuff you could point out to your players and say, hey, you could do this better. You could do that better. And we got the opportunity to get, I don't know if anybody can check this stat, but we probably played the most young guys out of any college team in the first week ever.
That's a good point. Yeah, I think the ability to test the depth and get those guys real legitimate playing time was massive. I think that some other people will probably utilize it in other games, right? They'll kind of have they'll have some cupcakes this week, but to that extent, I don't know. And we were using them early. I went back and watched the game a handful of times, and where they snuck in Big Rod. Not that I say snuck in, but Big Rod obviously is second on the depth chart right now. He was being tossed in with the ones. There was a couple of times they were sneaking in. Cameron Waits was in that guard. We had Big Rod and Cam Waits in. I didn't see it during the game, and I went back and watched it. I go, wait a minute, this wasn't even the true toe-to-toe on the O-line. So, again, I'm not making any excuses. It still should have been sharp. I'm not trying to, take away from it, but that was some
defense.
The defense didn't show a ones fully at all. I mean, Banks was out along with LJ McRae, so from Jump Street they weren't showing full capacity. That thing looked phenomenal. Look, I think what I've kind of learned, and I gave kind of this is where I gave kudos to Billy. I see it, I hear it, the noise of like, bet your boy. Like it gets weird. Like it becomes like it's like I'm like his front man. Like I'm boots on the ground defending this guy. I love my football team, and he's associated with that. Like that's where we're at. I've never understood the hate for when the coach is losing. I'm like, all right, it's time to move on. But we're where we need to be. Like he's our head coach at the moment. I've never understood that. Like I've had people like chirping me this week, and I'm like, this is weird behavior. Like I don't know how to respond to this. Like, I'm like, oh no, DJ's your boy, huh? I'm like, yeah, that's my quarterback. Of course, that's my boy. But
listen, I get frustrated with these guys too. Who, if you're a fan, support the team. I don't understand why some of you guys just choose to be negative at every turn. Like it don't make no sense. I don't consider you a true fan if you're going to be negative about everything we do.
Being critical is completely healthy. Having question marks, but if you're going to just toss it off to like, well, Napier's running the offense, his team's going to suck again. It's like, the fact that we're having a conversation about competing and being in a playoff contender is because of Napier. I don't understand what we're doing.
These guys kill me, and they say he don't know what he's doing, as if people are getting paid all this amount of money to go out there. I'm sure a lot of you guys could do a way better job. I'm 100% sure that you guys who do all this talking can do 1,000% better. And it's one thing to question like, hey, I don't understand what's going on here, but to say that he don't know what he's doing and you have a better option without presenting that option is just asinine and don't make no sense. And there's a lot of people within our fan base that I hate for that, because y'all have a voice which you shouldn't have, because you have a certain amount of followers and a whole bunch of idiots that follow you listening to this nonsense, and they spew it right behind you thinking you know what's going on because you have a certain amount of followers. Sir, you don't, and it's dumb. And for you to insinuate that I'm just under Billy's behind and just saying whatever he wants me to say, and that I don't have if I haven't put blood, sweat, and tears into this thing called football and did it at a high level, I don't know what I'm talking about, but you do. You guys are fools, and anybody that follow you is a fool idiot too. I'm just gonna I'm sick of it, Shelton. So I'm just gonna start calling it out, because there's too many people that have a voice with followers that people are listening to are overly opinionated, and it's only hurting the program. It's not helping. And so most of you guys should just shut up, watch the game, and if you have a genuine question, ask the question instead of insinuating that something was done wrong.
Yeah, look, I think, and again, I being critical is always warranted. I want to emphasize that. Somebody called in, I can't remember his name on Saturday. It was like, hey, I felt that it started off slow, and I liked the more of a, it was like he wasn't being negative, but he's like, hey, I felt it started off slow. I kind of pushed back. Here's the irony: I wanted to come back and give him a W. Napier came on today and was like, hey, we got off to a slow start. So he admitted to it. And look, I understand. I know where I come from. I'm a guy just put it now that I'm the Disney Gator. I pump it up. I can't pick Florida to lose. Listen, I hear you. I understand where I'm at. I understand how my eyesight see things. That I'm going to try to find the positive in a situation. But in the same breath, I had a lot of expectations for this game on Saturday. I was going to be extremely critical. What were my wants? I don't want the ball to get past the 50. I think people laughed at me when I said that. I go, they shouldn't. From what I've been hearing, you shouldn't move the ball past the 50. They went a step further and said you're not going to get a first down, essentially, and you're not even going to get 100 yards.
Let's take that off. We did that.
Like to a whole nother,
we did it.
and at an elite level. Like the scoring was never a thing. Like, and I think that's what people have to understand is like, guys, Napier has never come out once said that, hey, we're going to throw the ball 70 times and we're going to run 5 wide. That's what Lane Kiffin does. We're not going to do that. I'm sorry. I know we have DJ Lagway and all these talented wide receivers. You know what he said today, too? And it kind of dawned on me, which maybe people feel happier, maybe worse. He goes, defense wins championships. Look at the Super Bowl. Then I thought about it. Like, let me think about the Super Bowl team for a minute. Let's think about the Eagles for a minute. Okay? Who's the dude on that team? Who's the dude? Who's Saquon Barkley? Saquon Barkley, the dude. Jalen Hurts is phenomenal, but he's not out there doing what Joey Burrow and Patty Mahomes and Josh Allen's doing because he don't have to. Why doesn't he have to, Steve? Because they run the ball.
Because he has a great team around him.
Because they run the ball.
You got a great team. They're gonna run the ball, and you got a defense to rely on. That's all you need. I don't understand why you're trying to build a championship team and have sustained success. You don't do that by running gimmick plays or facing an inferior opponent and saying, you know what, I'm going to bring out all my Ferraris and Lambos and just gas them. That doesn't make you any better because you can go 5 wide and you know somewhere within their defensive back or secondary there, you got a cornerback that's running 4-7 and he's going to be going against one of our guys that run 4-2. That doesn't make for great football. You just was better than them. You were more talented than them, more skilled than them, so you blew them out. No, we want to go in and do all the little things the right way. And there were some instances where we didn't do it. And for some of that, I believe some of the guys were playing down a little bit to the opponent. We already beaten them bad. But then some of it was just good by the other team. They are another team. They got coaches over there that are
they have a heartbeat.
Up. Yeah, I mean, so it's just be too many people talking that don't really know what's going on, and they don't understand what it's like to build a team to have sustained success. You know what I mean? And Billy's been doing it brick by brick every day, even when it was ugly. He stayed to it, and now we're starting to see some of the fruits of it. But it's still the same loud voices who didn't like it before, don't like it now. And they just going to either have to get with the program or they're going to be sour fans for the rest of their fandomship here with the Gator Nation.
Look, I've said it before, people want to be right about it not working. And I get wanting to be right. That's not something I want to be right about. And look, I get it. And again, opinion's valid. I understand your frustration, things like that. You have to understand that. I'm done trying to convince anybody else. I'm over that part. I want to get back to the game and the positives because Billy even talked about, again, his presser had a little bit more swagger like he's had this entire time. But he said, look, we went back and watched the film. He was more impressed than he thought he would be. And I kind of liked, again, Billy doesn't blow smoke. Billy's not one to go and say, hey, this was great. But I think that's how he felt was kind of how I felt. I was like, man, I was genuinely impressed with a lot of things. The offensive line, I know the score for Lovett was atrocious. It was 25-45. But when you go back and watch, again, how these scores curated, I'm not quite sure what all goes into it. Was it poor? Yeah. I mean, was it a 25 poor? Look, it was bad. I mean, it was not where it needed to be. But I asked, I'm like, look, the guy's going up against Tyreek Sapp every single day. So I'm kind of surprised of like, why was there so much issues? And Billy is adamant that he goes, the defensive scheme they were throwing at us was very unique, and we took a minute to get used to it. Because after the second, into the second of the half, it was smooth sailing for everybody that went onto that football field. The offense flowed like a machine after that.
For sure. Those PFF gradings don't necessarily tell the tale of the game. Sure. If you're just looking at the raw numbers. You have to watch the tape, because if you get a pressure on a quarterback, just because you get there doesn't mean it's necessarily my fault that you got close to the quarterback. I know I'm supposed to block as good as I can, but some plays call for you for short blocks. And if the quarterback's holding the ball longer and you did a quick set and they get around you and you get the pressure, it's going to look like it's on you, right? Or if it's supposed to be a deep drop and the quarterback's supposed to step up in the pocket, but he drops deep but doesn't step up right away and they get the pressure, it's going to fall on you. So this thing runs in tandem. So if you're not watching the film, you're not going to get a clear idea of who, not saying what's wrong in that situation, but why you're accounting for it, saying the pressure was on this guy. That when the guy got there, or this guy touched the quarterback, so it's his man, we're just gonna charge it to him. It's unfair, but it is numbers, and you do look at it. But any football mind, a GM for the NFL is not looking at that PFF score on that game and overriding looking at the film and saying, yeah, he had a horrible game. That's not happening.
For sure. And again, stats is a big one that we talk about on a big time basis. I said it too with DJ Lagway. We go back to last year. Was 56% completing, but we all felt that the way he played, the way he navigated the game was much better than the stats told. I think on Saturday he threw for 80%, 15 for 18 and 3 touchdowns. The yardage may necessarily not backed it up, right, per yardage, but I don't think he looked as good as he did last year from a physical.
He left one out there.
Yeah, like he had more left in the tank. He never really got into a true rhythm. But if you just looked at the stat sheet, you're like, oh, pretty clean game, right? And it was. I'm not saying that it wasn't, but that's what the stories don't tell anything. What was funny is people were going nuts on the timeline for 11 tackles for a loss. And I think it was Edgar called Billy and was like, hey, what are your thoughts on 11 tackles for a loss? He's like, I don't think that's right. I go, Billy, I was thinking the same thing. I was like, there were some, maybe 4 or 5 was where my number was at. I remember because I saw it and I go, God, this is going to be a thing that people bring up. Like, why are we getting stopped in the backfield? They weren't sacks, mind you. They were the bubble screen plays that I may have just gave everyone PTSD because of it. The bubble screen plays that were getting just blown up, which not being executed. But those were the tackles for losses. 11 was a bit egregious. It's crazy how the stat number, people look at that, they're running with it as like, yeah, this team's complete ass. I'm like, I don't know where we got that number, where that come from. I love that Billy goes, yeah, I don't think that's not right. Like that was hilarious.
Yeah, I didn't think it was 11 tackles for a loss, but I will address people talking about the screens and stuff. You have to learn to execute them. We ran a lot of them. One, you want to make sure your receivers blocking in space. You don't get the block like that in practice. You want to see it live in the game, and you want to see if your guys can make some people in the open field miss. But at the same time, when you're playing a team like that, most of the time it's chess. You're making these linemen run sideline to sideline. That other defensive line, we hate as a defensive lineman. You hate screen plays because you have to rush to get to the quarterback, and then when you throw it, you have to chase the ball. So now you're running sideline to sideline. You're going to get tired, and so most of that is just scheming it up. And it's the same as getting a run play. If you get 1 yard out the screen, if they got the box loaded and you get 1 yard out the run, which one was more effective as an offensive guy? The screen that got the 1 yard, because you got the 1 yard that you would have already got, but you wore the defense down.
Yeah.
Run the sideline to sideline. So most people don't understand that, and they just think you watch I'm not even gonna talk about the other team yet. But the other guys that played Notre Dame,
they were running screens. Yeah.
You that's what you do to tire out defenses. You have to tire these guys out. You make them run sideline to sideline. You throw one to the left. You want to throw one to the right. You're going to get these guys running. And so a lot of that fluff, people, I understand. We got all this talent, and you just want to see us blow the lid off. But we got to play football. We're not going to face cupcakes every game. And so you want to make sure we are able to do the small things right. And we did those small things. It just blows my mind that we toned it down. We still put up 55 points. We
could have beat, bro. No joke. I tweeted we were on pace for 90. Like we had 38-40 at the half. I mean, we're talking 5 points and being on pace for 90. Like we genuinely could have put up 90. Like with that, like there was no doubt in my mind that if they would have kept the same pressure, 90 was on the board without a question, without a shadow of a doubt. And I wanted to, we talked about it a little bit on Saturday, and I'm not a fan of saying, hey, we don't want to show anything. We want to keep it a secret. I understand it. I understand vanilla, but I don't think it's because we don't want to show anything, because we're going to have to show it next week against USF, right? An extension of it. And then by LSU, you're going to have to be full force. So 3 weeks in, you're going to be full force. You've got everyone's going to see it, right? Like, how much are we really hiding? I think the vanilla, this was my take on it. The vanilla play calling was, let's keep it, and this is kind of what even Cody said, like, we're going to call the play to almost be a detriment to us.
For sure.
Right? A detriment to the make us play behind the 8 ball a little bit. Real quick, Mom's calling. She just got back from a cruise.
Mom.
It's been a while.
Hey, how about them Gators?
Did you
Go
watch?
Gators.
I know you were on a cruise.
Yeah, we watched.
How did you feel? We're all giving our thoughts and takes. Give us your quick 30-second synopsis here.
How I feel? They kicked ass.
That's what I like to hear.
The Gators.
So we're back?
We're back.
All right. All right. Show's over, guys. That's all we need to hear.
Yeah, we're done.
You coming over tomorrow?
Yes, I'll be there tomorrow.
All right. I'll see you then. Love you.
Thank you, Mama. Why we love you.
Of course, so it's Monday night. I got to talk to my boys.
Right. We love you. Tell Mama I say I love her.
Yes, boys.
Right. Double S Express.
So Mom said we kicked ass. I don't know why you guys are complaining, but look, I as I was saying, it felt at times that it's like, the analogy that I use is that they're trying to find the leak. Where is the struggle that we may not see because we ourselves have orange blue Gator glasses on? We kind of get too hyped up about our team. We may not be able to find these holes because we're in our own little rhythm. So let's put ourselves in a deficit when we're going up against a team. On top of, they kept throwing a different type of, according to Billy, a technique that they weren't prepared for, that wasn't on their radar of what to expect, which could throw a little bit of a rattle into it. But they adjusted, which isn't something Billy, I feel like, has done in the past.
Yeah, for sure. And it was just the movement up front, the way they had the guys standing up, shifting around, changes your anchor point when you're running these different zones, and you got guys cutting backside in the gap. So it just allowing your offense to readjust and see what they're doing. But it was nothing major, but we didn't plan for it. They threw the wrinkle in, but we still it's LIU, man. We still demolish these guys. It doesn't even make any sense. When I say vanilla, what I'm saying is, your quarterback DJ has the ability to run the ball. How many read options did you see?
No, how many
times did you? How many times,
bro? When I went and watched the Marshall game of Georgia and Gunnar Stockton, and they were running the read option, I go, we didn't do one of those. Correct. And I go, this thing works like a charm. And I go, if we do this, which I know we can do this,
we will.
This shit gonna bust wide open.
Why do it against these guys and risk any type of injury or DJ keeping it? I mean, he kept it a few times, but why?
Kept him very one-dimensional. Very one-dimensional.
Yeah, and so when you do that, it opens up your offense and makes defenses have to look for
so maybe that's where. So let's hold on. I'm sorry. This is why I like talking to you, because now that the brain's clicking, Steve. You know what I'm saying? We're just playing ping pong here. I'm about to serve one up, big fella. So we're running the offense, but the offense has the read option. But what we didn't realize is that part of this play is not going to work. We already know that this part is gone. So
it's even taken off. It's already off the board.
Correct. So what is usually 4 or 5 different, I have 5 options to go to. I'm down to 4 already. And on top of them throwing a different offense at me, we're working under the gun, which is kind of very similar. But yeah, I agree. When I watch the Gunnar Stockton just tear up the read option, I go, we didn't even sniff that.
Yeah, no, we didn't run it. And if we had ran it, we would have ran these guys out of the building. DJ would have been running 70-yard plays. Their DNs wouldn't have been prepared to shuffle down and read if DJ's keeping the ball or not. And even if they did, he was going to outrun them. But then they were stunting. Sometimes they would have been stunting away from the play. It would have been too wide open. We could have put so much pressure on this team with adding the different wrinkles of our offense into that, but we didn't, and we didn't have to. Or we could have just went 4 or 5 wide. We didn't do that neither. But I will say this. When Trammell came into the game, we were damn near 4 and 5 wide almost every play.
Wild.
But so, I would say,
go ahead.
I would say that what Trammell ran is what we would see DJ running too.
For sure.
He didn't have to. But Trammell has been training and coaching and being coached to run the stuff that we're going to be running in real games. DJ being a veteran, you're able to dial the offense back and say, I just need you to run this. But when Tramel gets in, we're going to give him full range because he's the younger guy. He needs to get up to speed to what we're really going to be doing. You know what I mean? Just in case we do need him, he needs to be able to operate in these different sets with these different weapons. And he did it flawlessly. They didn't know who to cover. Anybody we wanted to throw to was going to be open. If we go 4 or 5 wide against LIU, anybody we look at is going to be open. If you put your number 1 corner on this guy, your number 2 corner is dusted, your number 3 don't have a chance, your number 4 corner might as well go get popcorn.
Steve dialed in tonight, boys. We got a treat, man.
Yeah, it just.
I saw you on the timeline. I go, man, it's gonna be a good one.
It's just the noise, man. I don't like the noise. There's certain people that just have too many followers for the nonsense they be spewing. I don't understand how it got there. I understand we had some rough times and people draw to that, and they like negativity and somebody giving them a voice to fuss their frustrations. But you can't just be listening to these guys spew nonsense all day long. And then they challenge me, and so I have a play. Whenever you get to it.
Yeah, we're going to get to it.
Speaking about the challenge and the idiotic take that they had.
We got a couple super chats here. Jeremy, $3 for Steven's sermon, $2 for the iPad. Go Gators.
Go Gators, boss. Go Gators. Hey, Dave, well, they working for you.
Yeah, $5 for Dub. T-Dub. Great seeing y'all this weekend. Love y'all. Here's my $5 for the iPad.
No, that's for Professor. I mean, yeah. That's for Professor, right? Yeah.
iPad kid. BB3 catch, number 1 on highlight reel. Thought though, high top boys stay high. Absolutely, man. Boys stay hot. I love it. Real quick, let's give a quick shout out to.
I ain't even wear my glasses today. I want to look in your eyes.
You look sharp. You're scaring me a little bit.
Yeah, I want to look in your eyes.
you got me a little nervous. Let's talk about this for those boys. This episode is brought to you by Prize Picks. You and I make decisions every day, but on Prize Picks, being right can get you paid. Don't miss any of the excitement this season on Prize Picks, where it's good to be right. We got Thursday Night Football, ladies and gentlemen. I took my boy Dak Prescott to have more than the toss-up, the little gimme, half a touchdown. They give us Saquon, who I just drafted in my PPR fantasy, to have more and half a touchdown. And then I think George Pickens is going to have himself a little bit of a game. I'm excited to see what he's able to do in this offense. If you guys want to tail the big dog, get up on after it. Prize Pick is simple to play. Just pick 1 or more less on 2 to 6 players' stat projections. If you get your picks right, you could cash on in. Prize Pick puts their user first, so all withdrawals are fast, safe, and secure. Prize Pick offers Venmo, Apple Pay, MasterCard, and more for quick and easy deposits into your account for this football season. Download the app today and use the code HIGHTOP to get $50 in lineups after you play your first $5 lineup. That's code HIGHTOP to get $50 in lineups after you play your first $5 lineup. Prize Picks is good to be right, baby. It is. Shout out to Prize Picks for sponsoring
Shout
here.
Out to Prize Picks.
We love them. They're a good time with them. Swolder's a man with those picks, too. He does a good job. Before we get into your clips, I just want to talk briefly about Napier's presser, if that's cool with you. I know you're kind of on a tear tonight, so I don't want to.
No, run it. I haven't even heard it, so run it.
Okay, I didn't want to tilt you any more than you already are. I'm going to do my best. No, he didn't say too much. Kind of just a couple of tidbits that I have from him. Some takeaways was only one question on DJ Lagway and where he was physically. He goes, he's good, he's healthy, he's good to go. Like, that was it. Kind of very surprised nobody asked too many questions on that. He addressed it, said, look, we're pleased with tackling, only had 6 missed tackles, and I agree. I think that's a key. These are small things, right? No penalties, no injuries, 6 missed tackles. Well, it's LIU. These guys are going to get bigger, more faster, more elusive. I hear you. But tackling a human being running at you full speed is still tackling a human being.
Facts.
And just the way they approached the tackle was telling to me. Everybody had a purpose and was very sharp in it. And something, here's what I love. This is how you know, Steve, you're getting dialed in. You're getting locked into it. You might know a thing or two. Speaking to me, I know you know. But it feels good when you kind of, like, all right, like, I'm not just guessing. My hot take before the season started was I felt this defense was going to be at a whole other level because it was the first time since Napier's tenure that there is a position coach for every position. Right. That it's not people sharing time doing these things. And then Billy comes out day one. He goes, it was nice having coach at every position and Ron just getting able to focus on the I was like,
Yes.
That's what I've been saying.
Yes.
I mean, it was massive. You saw it. Every group was just on a mission. And I said this on either Saturday or Sunday. Oh, because Daniel Riviera, listen, I love him, Georgia fan. But this is how I know when people get on the mic, in the comments, it's easy to sound smart. But when the words start coming out your mouth in a microphone and somebody has to respond, it don't sound as clean. And I let Daniel rant for like 5 minutes, and he just kept sounding dumber and dumber and just reaching and reaching. And he was like, you guys weren't playing collective. It was a very individual game. And I was like, this is where I got to cut you off, right? Yeah. I was like, this is where I got to cut you off, big fella. There was a play where Ben Hanks was playing it out, play out in the zone. It was a zone coverage, and he pulled out. And I noticed it because this is how I play when I play backyard ball. I'm looking for the pick. I'm not guarding your ass. I'm looking for the pick. And what you do, you kind of sink down and you slide back. And most people, especially in high school, you can get away with that because the throw's gonna be short. They're gonna salivate and just zip it, and that's when you pop up and you grab it, right? So he's floating, and the wide receivers kind of scooted back, and the quarterback was able to just lob it over his head. And Ben Hanks looked around off short enough that gets caught. I think it was Gates. Maybe Thornton grabs Ben by the mask and like kind of just checks him real quick. Like, what are you doing? Yeah. You should be watching the cornerback, not watching the quarterback. And again, there was plenty of other plays that showed cohesion, that it wasn't an individual game out there. Sure, that particular play, he was trying to play for himself. That's the fifth string cornerback trying to make a moment in a spring game. Yeah. Right. But the team locked it right back in. They understand what the purpose is and the mission is. I loved it. It was one of my favorite plays of the night because I watched it happen and I rewatched it on the screen at the game.
Yeah, these guys are definitely dialed in, and having someone at every position wasn't a thing that I was used to coming from how it was back in the days. Defensive line was ran by one defensive line coach. Whether it was the
edge, and the
all of that. But now seeing it. And we were still trying to work our way up in the years before, but this year I could look at it on defense and see that it's solid. A lot of the questions I had about, hey, why are we in this frog stance? Why are we doing this? Are all answered for me now, seeing that the way they play and everybody's on the same page. It only doesn't look right when you're not on the same page, but these guys are on the same page, and you can tell that they're dialed in, and that each position knows what they're supposed to be doing, and that they're coached to do a specific thing. We're not playing hero ball out there.
Yeah.
We're playing team defense, and you're going to make the plays you're supposed to make. Now, every now and then, someone's going to just make a spectacular play and all that great stuff, but you're going to make the plays you're supposed to make because you're going to be where you're supposed to be doing what you're supposed to be doing. And that's what I saw from our defense during this game. Though the opponent wasn't the greatest opponent, but assignment football was definitely being played by our defense, and those guys were doing what they needed to do, and that was impressive to me.
Assignment football, hitting your P's and Q's, is what falls apart. I've said this. These are the things that fall apart when you're deep in it, when you're tired, and it's easy to have those things get pushed to the side against an easier opponent, right? Again, I know you guys give me crap when I talk about it in golf, but when I would play in tournaments and we played at a lesser school that we know that we were going to curb stomp, we played like ass. We weren't disciplined enough to go out there and say, it does not matter who we are playing. We are going to go out there and perform and execute like we were if we were playing the number 2 team in the county. Like we as young kids, we would fall to that. And that was it hurt us later on because I myself included, it was a bad habit that I would allow the play around me to influence my decision because I almost lay off the gas. It's like, this guy's not doing anything, so it doesn't really matter. And then you create naturally bad habits that would come up in big time games. So
for sure,
those are
it's like things. Falling asleep as a defensive back. Like the game is boring. I want to try to make a play, and you got your eyes in the backfield, and the guy leaks behind you, and now you gave up 7 points. And at any given moment, somebody could have messed up our perfect goose egg by just not doing their job. By saying, oh, it's boring, or I didn't get to make a play, and you give up 7. The reason why we didn't give up any points is because everybody did their responsibility. And big evidence of that is when you see gums or sap on some of these plays where they're trying to run the option play, and they're squeezing down and waiting for these blocks to come to them so they can maneuver around them the right way instead of just blasting through and going to get the guy with the ball, because that's not your job. If your job says, hey, I need you to be outside of this blocker when he pulls, I can see these guys looking at the man with the ball, but still making sure they get outside the right blocker so that their guys could be in position to make the play. Even though this team was almost sorry enough that we could have just blasted through and made the tackle ourselves, that's not playing team ball. Just do your assignment. Let us make the play. I understand you see the man with the ball. You want to see ball, kill ball. But let's make sure we're doing our assignments, because when we face a tougher opponent, you might not be able to just blast through these guys. So anything that'll get you off from doing your assignment is going to hurt the team. So these guys played discipline. They played with their eyes, and they played within the confinements of the defense, which made me happy about that.
He talked about Trammell, obviously quarterback number 2, without a shadow of a doubt. Said he's like, I think he hit everything he wanted to hit and threw it where it was supposed to go. He was very enamored with what Trammell was able to do. And then, of course, VB3 was an absolute superstar. I think it was Eugene, and I felt the same way. His quote was, anytime he catches the ball, I think it has an opportunity to go to the house. And that was, I said, he reminds me of Brandon James / Percy
on them returns. Gosh.
Yeah, and again, this isn't to say he's the next person. Like, you have to understand, guys. Like, we're always. I'm not even gonna explain it. I'm done explaining it. It makes sense. If you're gonna get sensitive, like, oh, the Percy Harvin, I can't do it. I can't help you anymore.
No, he wears number 8. He's the next person. He just said it. So it's all right.
Percy Harvin. Percy's washed. He's trash. He ain't even that good.
Right.
That feeling you got when those guys caught the ball, you're like, I haven't had that in 3 years. When Ricky P was back there, like, I was like, cool. White boy's gonna catch it. We'll be good. He won't. He's gonna just be chill with it. But nobody was taking that thing to the house. Yeah. Nobody was looking to just foaming at the mouth. Like, let me get this thing. I'm ready to get after it. Like, I was like, punt it to him.
Right. It's like catching the traffic. It don't matter. One bounce, one hop.
Didn't care.
If he gets his hands on it.
Just touch it. Please.
He was so elusive. He was so elusive. The first step, the jitteriness, the acceleration.
Crazy.
It was amazing. It looked scarier in real life. It was amazing. I've seen it out of a few people. That ability, Percy, but he wasn't really our returner. But Brandon James, I've watched Devin Hester in real life. Those guys, first step when you get the ball to be able to accelerate to set up your next block. When you got guys flying down the field at you at 100 miles per hour is very crucial. And he has the vision and the acceleration and speed. Man, this kid, I told you guys that this is the one guy I wanted out of that whole class. I don't know if you remember me saying that, Shelton.
I do.
I remember we must have Vernell Brown. And we got him. I'm so excited. And this is just the beginning for him, man. A lot more greatness to come for sure.
When he splits through defenders, and it looks like they're standing still is the big, like, it's something to watch. A couple super chats, and I'm gonna read this last little thing. Dylan Olive asked the question, and I don't think Billy likes Dylan. I could be. I want to know Dylan's thoughts on this, but I was dying. I'll tell you what I mean here in just a minute. SC Jimbo, shout out to SC Jimbo, man. He was there at the tailgate, but not only was he there hanging out, massive help pick up, clean up, hooked us up with hooking up the TV. We had some little bit malfunction. And then shout out to his girlfriend as well. She was a sweetheart, hung out with us all day. We were a wild group. We're not an easy one to hang out with, I'll tell you that.
Oh, yeah, I did meet Jimbo. Yeah, shout out to
he
Jimbo.
had the little wheelie thing. I don't know if he had the wheelie thing when you got there, but great man, great guy. He came to the media event too. Really, really cool hanging out with him all weekend. And shout out to Lane Chains again, man, bringing food, sponsoring the tailgate as well, always providing us with awesome chains, if you will. But the food was phenomenal. I mean, the fact that we had the food, we had drinks, we had people. It was. I don't know what I'm doing. I genuinely have no clue what I'm doing, and it comes together because of the people that come in and hang out. Shout out to Mark and the wifey as well. That hanging out with them. I know I'm forgetting some names, man, and Jordan and his wife as well. But just good hanging out with all those people. Good times. We got a couple super chats. I'm missing a name.
Go ahead. What you said? Super chat?
Am I missing a name?
Super chat.
Am I missing a name?
Super chat, man. Get to your super chats.
$10 from Glenn. Army Sniper laughed at me last season because I said we will beat Ole Miss. He said he's been going to the game since the 1500s and he still has no clue of the game. He's talking to you, Sorley. Stuck on that one. Thank you, Glenn. John Wilcox. $2 says Thornton did what Thornton does, turnovers. Bryce Thornton was an absolute treat.
Ball magnet. Yeah,
I love that kid. $10. Glad you guys made it home safely. You too, Rook. You too. Shout out to Rook too, man. I don't know if you guys saw the hype video, but Rook created that. I was just a voice. He was the guy that edited it, put it all together.
Okay, Rook.
Yeah, incredible stuff, and he got it done within like 12 hours. So I'm bad about being a last minute Larry, and he was all on the ball on that one. So Rook's the man. Shout out to Jess too. Again, putting up with all us hooligans. Who am I forgetting? Was that who I was forgetting?
No, but yeah, you did forget Rook, but that's not who you forget. But yeah,
I'm not gonna say thanks to Dave. He's supposed to be there.
You're right.
Is that who I'm forgetting?
No.
Gosh dang it. $10 from Ryan. Just left a comment on Uncle Lou's channel and I gave you a shout out. Thanks for the content. You know you're a good Gator podcast if Lou likes you. LOL. Yeah, me and Lou, I love Lou. We go back and forth, but I love him. He does great work over there as well, man.
Hey, Rook, text Shelton and tell him who he missing.
My man, Brian Broadwell. Love you, Bubba. Good to see you, man. Brian's got a baby on the way as well, too, man. Congrats on the kiddo, Bubba. Me and Brian go way back. We remember I told you we're on Ellen? This is my man. We went did it with right here. This is the OG.
Oh, dope.
Yeah,
dope,
this guy's slick with the camera. We need to get him to edit the stuff. The guy's a beast. The guy's a beast. Good, hey man. Appreciate the super chat.
Bring him
man.
on the board, man. Bring him aboard. Hot top family room.
That's right, baby. Who did I forget, Steve? Don't do this to me, man.
I ain't even telling
No,
you,
Steve, we have to say it because you're gonna make me feel like ass. Who am I forgetting, man? I said a lot of thank yous on Saturday when it was fresh. So
what I tell you after the show, you'll be all right.
No, just tell me who it is.
I can't.
Oh, you're a piece of shit. Shout out. I know you're talking. Shout out to Bozeman. Shout out to Bozeman though. And
shout out to Bozeman. It's not Bozeman, but shout out to Bozeman.
Shout out to it's my wife. He's talking about my wife. Shout out to my wife.
Shout out to the wife. Shout out to the whole Gator crew, man. We love y'all. Go Gators.
I hate you, Steve. This show's over. Thanks to Dave too, I guess, for hanging out with me. Oh, right. Actually, shout out. I am forgetting one. Shout out to Cam and his family and his company. That's the reason we had the parking spot. Cam Bishop, who's been part of the show for quite some time.
Thank you.
Huge shout out to him. Love that guy to death. Him and the wifey. Love hanging out with them always. Always a good time. He doesn't support the show anymore, so he won't even hear this. But yeah, we'll see how it all plays out. $2 from Jeffrey Daughtry. We're still having Dallas Wilson come in, 100% for LSU. Yeah, I spoke with Aiden Mizell's dad, and Aiden's good. Dallas is good. He goes, everyone should. I mean, obviously something can happen during practice, but as of Saturday, everybody was going to be 100% come LSU. T-Dubs. Shout out to T-Dubs as well. He was at the tailgate on Saturday as well. I got to find a music app for my jingle. Any ideas? No, just sing it a cappella. T-Dubs. Steve, the jingle slapped.
Hey, the jingle does slap. I got you, but I might have a beat for him though. I ain't gonna lie.
All right, send him a beat.
Hey, T-Dub. Send me the voiceover so I could pair it with a beat.
Shout out to Cam. Yeah, absolutely. And Cam Jackson. Got to hang out with Cam Jackson. All right, Steve.
For sure.
It's a moment you've been waiting for. 360 strong, baby. Smash the like button, subscribe. This is your breakdown. First one of 2025, I think.
Yeah, this is my response to some of the fools on Instagram. Okay. I mean Twitter.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, y'all guy. I don't even know. Blue Orange Gator. Yeah, y'all hope you watching. I hope you watching. You made this dumb behind post talking about why would we run this play and there's too many guys in the same area and all this magical stuff you have so much knowledge about and that you can go be the greatest coach on earth. You the next coming of Steve Spurrier. But we know that to not be true. Anyway.
Look at this comment.
We're up 14-0. You like glasses free, Steve? Yeah. Look, if y'all, the light bothers my eyes. I don't know if y'all notice I blink a lot. Light bothers my eyes. Maybe too many hits to the head.
I can't believe we have done a great job of not being on the bad side of Blue Orange Gator, but it ends here.
Bad side, man. Listen, he ain't got no side. I don't care what side I'm on. I'm sick and tired of it. I've seen too much of the stupidity in this. Just stop. Just leave it alone. Billy's our man. We're gonna ride with him. Hey, If they get rid of them, we'll see. But from now on, we ride with Billy, and all y'all saying stupid stuff, I'm on your head. You
we
might
need a
not
mic.
like me.
We need an iPad sponsorship. We got to send to the whole crew.
I need an iPad. Y'all send one to me. I actually need a whole setup. If you got cameras, if you got whatever to make podcasts better, send it to me. I would greatly appreciate it and love you for it.
No, you need an iPad to break down the film.
Yeah. No, listen, I'll put the board right back here. I got y'all. If y'all sponsor that, well, I'll be up here like I'm on Sports Center. I promise you. Listen,
we need
but
it.
yeah,
you got me in shambles. Go ahead.
It's 14-0. We're facing LIU. We're on the 21-yard line, and guys acting as if we should just go out here. And first of all, the play call was great. Okay, Lagway missed a touchdown here, possibly, but let's just get into it. He say, "Well, why are these guys running the same area?" First of all, you got a wheel route up here at the top. If you see they're in a bunch set, go back, Shelton.
Yep, sorry.
They're in a bunch. You got this guy that's behind the line of scrimmage on the inside. He's going to run the wheel route, right?
That's Eugene,
you got this other wide receiver.
Looks like Eugene, but go ahead.
Run the wheel route. You got this other wide receiver at the top running a clear out. He's going to run to the back of the end zone. And then you have a post right here in the middle of the field. Then out of the backfield, you got the guy on the swing, and you got the tight end right here running the drag across the field. These guys are in single high safety, right? You see the safety back there? I don't know if you can see, but they're in the single high safety right here.
It's 3-3-5, it looks like.
Right. But so DJ has to read if another guy drops out there, if they would have dropped back, then they would have been in too high. But it's single high. So immediately DJ knows in that zone that this guy, this corner route right here that's running all the way across the field is going to be open in the corner of the end zone in the back. He's going to run right across that safety face. The safety has to take him. And if he does take him all the way, then the post that's coming behind it is wide open. So you got the guy that's going to run this post right here.
The guy on the inside, right?
He'll be right here in front of the safety, right here. DJ, what happened here is if DJ stays in the pocket longer, it opens up for him. But he doesn't. I know in his head when he said he could have played better, it was just rushing the anticipation of the play. So he figured, in my head, I'm thinking he figured he step up in the box is going to give it a little bit more time to open, and then he's going to hit it. Right. But he trips. he trips on his own player foot, or the other guy's foot's coming through the hole and falls down there. But even at the top, if you stop it right at the top of this route, right here, I'll tell you where to stop it. Keep going. Right about here. See that guy at the top of the corner of the screen, that wide receiver that's going to run that post?
Yeah.
He already has leverage on that man in the back of the man that's covering him. So when he put his foot in the ground and break inside, if DJ throws on that ball, it's a touchdown.
Not the wheel route, the other one, right?
No, not the wheel route. The only guy that's at the top of the screen to the left.
Yeah. Okay.
Just watch the play. If DJ doesn't run through the hole and he throws it, that guy is open. He's open. You see the man that's shadowing him? Go back. You can see the gray right here. This guy with the gray. He's not following him across because the single high. The safety's right here.
Yeah, so the safety closest to us, the single high safety, he's taken the inside route.
Right. And you'll see this post. Now the post is coming right off the top of it. Yeah. This guy's gonna put his foot in the ground. You'll watch him do it. Look. Let it play. Watch, he disappears. Is it zoomed in too far? But just let it play.
You can't see him.
Well, anyway, the guy's open. But DJ, I know he probably saying he could play a little bit. He fell down at the same time, but if he just stayed in the pocket a little bit longer, it was open as well. So it's not that, they just calling. Why is he calling those plays? You guys just be saying anything. I'm sure you guys don't know how to read defenses to see that this play was a perfect play call. And not even to mention the fact that our quarterback fell down. So I don't understand why would you make that post. Only why I'm addressing this play is because you made the post and try to make it seem as if you would have called the better play or that we're just calling stupid plays. It's 2nd and 14. I mean, 3rd and 14. Well,
third and 13.
Third and whatever it is. And we're up 14-0. What do you want these guys to do? What would you have us to do in this situation? I just don't understand. And so for you to post it and get all this rhetoric and saying that, oh, the coach don't know what he's doing, it's a dumb call. You got guys in the same spot. Whatever you said is just stupid. It don't make any sense. So I just appreciate it if you guys just stop doing that. And then I had the nerve. I just want to address one more thing.
Go ahead.
You little dumb followers. One of them had the nerve to say, Steve don't know what he's doing. He just be talking blah blah blah. He's hoping Billy's gonna give him sideline passes. I'm hoping that Billy's gonna give me sideline passes.
Wild.
That's
what I'm doing.
Me, Stephen Harris, is hoping to get on Billy's good side so I can get sideline passes. That's why I'm defending him. For you, if you guys didn't know, I'm a nobody.
So that's how you got us on the field. That's how you got me on the field in the spring game.
I got you on the field for the spring game. You had a
well,
sideline
Billy
pass?
did.
They gave you. You had a sideline pass.
Well, apparently
did
Billy
you need a sideline pass?
No, I knew you.
Oh, okay. I just said for the record, I just don't understand how some of these people get on here claiming that they're Gator fans, for one, and spewing all this dumb, stupid stuff and got such a big follow. If you didn't have such a big following, I wouldn't address it. But you retweet at me saying that I don't know what I'm saying, and you have a huge following, and I want to believe that those people that are following you are true Gator fans that may just don't understand the game, and they can be frustrated like you. But for them to follow and listen to you, it is I have a duty to say something, because I can't let our Gator fans just be led astray by someone who's just talking out of his feelings.
Well, yeah, because Billy will take your sideline passes if you don't.
So yeah, I just wanted to get through that play and just to point out that you're an idiot. Not you, Sean. Blue Orange Gator. Stephen Harris said it.
Well, the Blue Orange Gator's Dave, so I don't know how Dave's gonna handle this.
Dave, you're an idiot. Whoever associated with that account, you're an idiot. And whoever follows that account as if they're telling you the truth or just go.
I was like, I follow it.
I follow it too. But yeah, I unfollowed it and I followed it back because I just want to see what's
it's funny. There are some things that sometimes
they
talk
block me because I follow you to see what you're saying. So I'll just block me so I don't have to see it, because I'm gonna call you out every time you say something stupid that reflects bad on my team or Gator Nation. You have too many people following you for you to keep going around saying stupid stuff that does not help our program. So there you have it. I hope the explanation was good enough for you.
Let's talk about this in the frog stance.
Huh? Oh no, this play I just wanted to show my guy Bet.
All right, let's hit it.
Look at this here.
The explode. Look at it. Who's off the ball, Steve? Who's off the ball?
Say nothing.
I saw it last night, Steve.
Just watch.
Last night, Steve, I was doing the same thing you were doing today. I was rewinding. I rewinded, like, I watched a 15-minute highlight film. It took me an hour and a half because I just was watching players, like certain individuals. You know what I mean? Like, what are they doing?
No, for real. This just me just highlighting explosiveness. We talked a lot last year and the year before about coming out of our hips, being explosive off the ball. You can see here I slowed it down. This guy's making contact and breaking the line of scrimmage before the ball even gets to the quarterback hands. It's in the middle of the air and he's already making contact. So no matter what play gets going, he's already winning.
So
you see he blasts.
Sorry. No, because I remember this play vividly last night because I was fired up. I saw the explosion of the hips. I'm glad you pulled it up.
Mm-hmm.
But I assume you're going to talk because Sap's in the frog stance here, getting ready to ribbit, right?
Correct.
And clearly he doesn't explode out of his hips. And so I'm like, man, like, why are we here? But then you watch the play unfold. Here's what they're doing. This is my analysis of this.
Mm-hmm.
The idea was this: is that left side of the line to close to entrap that and force them to come into the cage, which is Tyreek Sapp here, right? With lion, put the lions in. Yeah. So because if he explodes through like everyone thinks he should, which is what Princely and Britton Cox would do, guess what happens if he blows through? There's a wide open hole up the gut.
Out of the play. Yeah.
He's up the gut, right?
Yeah.
Am I talking ball, Steve? Am I spitting some?
No, You talking?
So
Sap position in this defense is more of an anchor. He's
That's
reading that tackle
not a
and putting
blitzer.
pressure on either way that he goes and making sure he doesn't get blown off the line, but keeping pressure on that guy. So if he just blows off the field, he either can run himself out of plays and open up bigger holes
Yeah.
by not keeping pressure on that guy. But this is what I'm talking about by the assignment football. I know every fiber in Sap bone wants to just fly off the ball and be reckless, but he knows that's not his assignment. His assignment is to be an anchor and put pressure on that tackle. Don't allow him to get up to your backers. And if you can't do that by just flying off the ball, and then teams will start scheming for you, just flying off the ball. So he does a great job putting pressure on that tackle, closing down. He did it all game. But at first I didn't understand it because everybody wasn't playing together. But now that they're playing together, you can see the consistency of it. Our nose guards,
he has a purpose now.
Yeah. Our nose guards are allowed to blow off the ball in this defense. Well, at least from what I saw from this first game, every bet is been flying off the ball, creating pressure. Mekhi Bordeaux done it this game, number 93. I watched Mbachu, the young guy, do it this game. These guys are flying off the ball, creating that pressure. Sap is doing his job of controlling these tackles. He did it all game. And then Gums, of course, with the edge, setting the edge, shuffling down, making sure nothing comes out the back, and setting the point. So just the way these guys are playing is a lot more cohesive, and they understand why they're doing what they're doing. I felt like in previous years or last year, they didn't understand why they were doing what they were supposed to be doing.
Let me spin it up here. So what I'm gathering, I'm dialed, baby. So we want the inner line. Lock them in. We want the inner linemen. Those guys are the ones more designated for the blitz, right? So we're sending the speed up the gut. Leave the edge guys, and here's why I think it's going to be beneficial, especially in this league that we're in right now. With the mobility and quarterbacks, if you got your edge blowing off on the sides,
they're going to step up and go.
They go. So if you put if Gums and Sap, or if you have, because Gums, he'll blow off that side and force everything in, and Sap's like this. I'm ready. You ain't going nowhere, baby. And so you bring the pressure from different areas just as versus off the side. So pressure comes from in, forces the quarterback to either go this way or this way, and guess who's waiting for a pop it. And if he were to come through, that's where the linebackers are able to. They're the second level of defense.
Yeah,
Steve,
are playing as a team, playing as a unit, playing as a unit. Definitely, they definitely playing as a unit. And if you watch the film, you can see it being done all day on the defense, where guys are setting the trap, waiting. And once you get further in the season, you playing certain quarterbacks. You say, okay, he's a right-handed quarterback. What ways are we going to scheme the pressure to get him to roll out the way he doesn't want to roll out? You know what I mean? So it's not about you beating your man one-on-one. In this league, you have to scheme to make it difficult on the quarterback. It's not about just you just going to get sacks. You have to play as a team to get this thing accomplished, and they're doing that, which is why I love it. You can just, these guys are playing. I don't know what package this is. It's third down, but remember when I told you guys you would see Sap playing 3 technique? Sap is inside lineman right here on this play.
Yeah, okay, I see him. Yeah, he's so it's Gums,
you got
Sap,
you got James.
Who's on the end?
Up here, that's
that's Jaden Robinson. Okay, real quick, it's Gums.
No, that's
Sap.
Woods.
Well, Robinson's the guy standing up. The third, he's not on the line.
No, you talking about the linebacker? Yeah, that's Robinson.
It's Robinson, and then you said it's Woods. I don't think that's 15.
No, that's 24. That's 24. James is Gums.
Oh, and then it's Woods
at the bottom. Sap,
right. Sorry,
James, and then Woods at the
yes,
top.
Sir. I got you. My fault. The linebacker confused me.
That's a lot of speed out there for a third down.
That's a lot of lions.
I just like.
That's four edge. That's 4 edge guys.
Listen to me, man. Listen to me, man. I don't know if nobody caught it, but listen, that versatility with Sap, as strong as he is and as solid as he is, I said he can play inside on passing downs. But the way we schemed up to run this blitz is awesome. So what you have here at the bottom, you have Sap. Although he's at the 3 technique, his assignment is to blow through this B gap and set the edge. He's setting the edge through the B gap. If you get up far enough in the B gap, the edge is set. that allows gums to fold off into coverage, and then you're bringing this other linebacker to add the fourth blitzer coming from the other side with these guys crossing face. So you got Cameron James is taking. So go back. I'll explain it to you from the beginning.
Bro, I know. Listen, I saw this play.
Just rewind it back a little bit.
I saw this play last night.
Okay, so in most instances, the center, if you have one back in the backfield, the center is going to turn away from the back to help. So this center is going to turn towards Sap to help.
I gotcha.
So he's turning towards Sap to help, away from where the back is.
Because the running back essentially can block on the right. He's an additional
a helper on that side. So the center is going to help away. Our defense knows this, and so Sap blows through the line. As soon as that center turns, we got Cameron James working towards the opposite or the A gap. He's in the B gap, but he's working to the A gap, away from where the center turns. That guard has to take him. The tackle has to take the defensive end. You have the free rusher rushing right here. It's still a 4-man rush because we dropping gums in the coverage. So you're creating pressure. It's still a 4-man pressure. But it's just the way it's schemed up, and you have that much speed out there that they have to respect it. That offensive tackle has to go out there and chase Woods. That guard with Cameron James being that fast, knowing he's going to knife across his face to that A gap, has to hurry up and take him because the center's turning away. If you don't take him, Cameron James goes in the A gap, get the sack. But you open it up, you got a free man rushing. That's when I say our corners should be getting ready to have a field day because this ball has to come out now.
And when I saw this too, how I looked at it, because Woods is going way out, right? But then I realized what James is doing too, what both the left side, James and Sap, they're forcing the A gap, I assume. I don't know the gaps, but A gap. And obviously it's a design blitz for Graham. Like, hey, we're going to force this quarterback into the B gap, and guess who's waiting for him?
And it's right there for you. Yes, sir.
And in case he slips through, Gums is waiting right there too for him.
Right. The most important job on this play was Sap, knowing that, hey, I have to blow through this B gap. I'm not going to make the play. My job is just to blow through this B gap and take this tackle with me, but this guard, but I have to get deep enough to where I have contained. So I have to go up deep enough to his shoulder to where it's contained because there's no end there. The end is dropping. So that's containment through the B gap. But you're using a fast guy like Sap to do it.
And this is where, again, and two things I've got here. Man, I'm so glad we did this. One, I'm pumped because I watched these same things last night, and these were my thoughts last night before I even spoke to you. And I don't think that it's any credit to me knowing more. I think it's more because it was executed so well that it showed itself. Because everything was done so properly and you saw it just kind of unfold so smoothly, it was like reading a third grader book. When everything's sloppy, you're like, what is supposed to be happening here? And here's what's so important about this and what's so easy to happen in a game like this where, again, I keep going back to them, but that's just kind of how I feel they play, like the Cox and Princely's, where what Sap did, they would have tried to make a sack. They would have blown up the coverage to go because like, this is LIU. And it's like, oh, who cares? It's like, well, now you're creating bad habits. And now these other guys that are trying to get better aren't understanding and know what it looks like in a real-time game because you wanted to go be you.
Supposed to. Right.
So 12-0, lock it the hell in, boys. I was, I wasn't.
Even James on this play, go back to the beginning. It's just that simple. He knows that he's going to get he's going to end up facing two people on him. But his job is not to just try to fight through that. All his job is to do is get those guys at least 2 yards in the backfield and wait for the quarterback. So if you let it play through, watch him. He gets right there. Look, he's just sitting down. He's not doing any more fighting.
Yeah.
That's all he has. That's all he was supposed to do. Because he's going to be the overlap guy just in case anybody miss, he's going to get the sack. So what better way than to get a sack by you just doing your job, not really have to do nothing. And if the guy breaks a tackle or break free, you get a layup sack. That still goes out on the stat sheet.
I've noticed a lot of that too, is like we see guys kind of stop and it's like they're trying to still kind of keep a pocket. They don't want to just go as full speed and go running past the quarterback. No. We want to shrink. Steve, want to lock the Lions in.
Yeah, rushing by committee, man. Rushing by committee, scheming it up. And that's what you have to do. Yeah.
I didn't even come in and talk all dirty to me like that. I mean, golly, you know what I'm saying?
It's just small clips. I wish they had the whole game up on another site where I could have got more clip. But
we were tough.
It's the little things. It's the little things And when you're a coach, this is what you're looking at. This is what you're talking to players through. Everybody be rah and saying a whole bunch of stuff, but they don't understand the nuances of why people do what they do and what it's supposed to look like. If you could, somebody else could have got that sack. Say Sap would have went in there and did a swim move or something because this guy's gonna turn this way, and I just want to beat him and go get me a sack. Sap. In the meeting room, coach is chewing him out because he didn't do what he's supposed to do. Everybody in this play did what they're supposed to do, and it worked to perfection. And not only that, the coverages are set up based off of where you're going to have the quarterback roll to. So if you don't get him to his point, then you're messing up the back end. Guys are getting bombed on the back end because you want to rush crazy.
How you feeling, Steve?
It all works hand in hand.
Hey, Steve?
I feel good. It's the first game. And I feel great. I'm not going to lie. It was a lot of good. But for it to be the first game, to see so much rhetoric on the internet from people who claim that they're Gator fans is just stupid to me. And I'm going to always keep speaking up about it because you guys have too many voices. It's too many fans out there. You got kids and recruits that are thinking about Florida, and then they come online or their parents come online and they see the idiots that are out there speaking the most. They hear the rhetoric from the people who don't know what the hell they talking about, having the loudest voices. And I refuse to let idiots with a loud voice be the loudest representation of the University of Florida.
So Team Disney Gator?
Team Disney Gator.
Look, you didn't wear the glasses tonight. I had to put on the protective glasses because you had just spewing. You know what I mean? I don't know what was going to happen. I had to put on the white boy glass. I can't see with these things, but
yeah, it's just too much. I can't allow it. The season just getting started. We supposed to be excited. We supposed to be happy. You guys should know it's a cupcake. You should know we trying to take care of business. Hey, listen, we got USF this week. The Bulls are coming in, a more competitive opponent, but I expect us to do the same thing, play the same way. We're going to go out here and dominate like we're supposed to do, and everything's going to be all set, and we'll be looking forward to week 3. But right now, it's USF. They got the target on their back. I'll be watching their tape too.
I'm excited to play the Bulls. We're an 18-point favorite. Vegas don't miss too often. I think they like what they saw as well too. So I don't know what it was before the season for that favor, but as good as a USF looked, that spread could have been a little bit different.
Right. Yeah, that means
and they still said, "Nah." Look, people were going nuts after that game. I think USF looked good for USF. I'm not concerned. We'll talk more about it on Wednesday. We'll watch the film. I'm pumped that we get to go up against USF genuinely, and that they have a mobile quarterback because, look, I want a taste of it. I want to get after it. And here's the thing, man. There's a plenty of week 1 overreactions, myself is included in that. I'm not trying to sit here and say that I don't do that, but one thing I know for certain is that the teams that we saw kicked ass this week, people are going to go home and adjust. People are going to go home and make some tweaks. It's week 1 for a reason. It ain't week 12. If that were the case, Ohio State never would have won the national championship if you were judging based off of week 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So you gotta play the games week in and week out, and I know Napier understands that, and I'm excited. I want blood this week. I think I'm pumped to see how we rock and roll. I don't feel nervous at all. I'm always nervous just for games because everyone's got to stay healthy. You got to go through the process, but I'm pumped.
I will say this: the Miami Notre Dame game, very strong overreaction by the Miami Hurricane fans.
I mean,
y'all beat Notre Dame. They were ranked. I give it to them because they were ranked, but you guys are still mid. I just want to throw that out there before we face y'all. You guys are very much mid. I predicted the game. I predicted how it was going to go. And I said, I hate to say it, but you guys are going to pull it out. But if you have to pull out a game, that should let you know that you're not that good. So I just wanted to say that, get that out there to clear the air. I did predict that you guys would win, but Carr had a greater game than I expected them to have as a redshirt freshman. And it spoke volumes about your defense, seeing people running free. You didn't see anybody running free in our backfield. In our defensive backfield, just uncovered, wide open. So there's a lot of blown assignments by the Miami defense, but coming off of the year they had last year with their defense, I'm not convinced. So, yeah, you guys won. Kudos
Steve
to you.
Fight.
We'll see you in Miami. We're going to smash you.
There's no safe space here today, boys.
Hey, it's season here, man. All gloves are off, man. I'm sick and tired. All right? I'm tired, Sheldon.
Steve saw some film, and he's like, I got enough. I got enough. Let's get it. Boys and girls, fantastic show. Of course, show's brought to you by Prize Pick. Make sure you guys use the code HIGHTOP. Shout out to the champ here. Make sure you guys give him some love. Continue supporting the iPad fund. We'll figure that out. Try to get what we can here. I got to do some research, figure out how we can make this thing work. I've thought about it before, but it seems like we're full force. We just need to go ahead and buy an ESPN studio. We'll call it the High Top Studio. And we just all move to one place and figure this thing out. Boys and girls,
we'll be all right.
Yeah, boys and girls, we'll call it the fun factor, like back in the day. You can be, hey, I'll be Rob Deerdack and you can be big.
That'll work.
That would be incredible. That would be talking about my best friend. Boys and girls, I'll catch you on the next one. Peace and love, baby. Oh man, that's hilarious.